Willie Argo taking a called strike, 0-1. Let's see if we've got it here on the... There we go, and we're back. With the volume. Might be a little hot. Argo grounding out. Ground out to run down the second baseman. Apologize for the technical difficulties. We apparently just keep having these every single night. I'm just as tired of them as you are. So the first inning, there was a leadoff single for Alonzo Harris of the Saints. The next three batters were all retired. First pitch to the next batter, Tanner Vavra, called a strike, 0-1. So we've got the audio working. So we should be good. Good to go. Vavra swinging and fouling back into the glove of the catcher. Poso, 0-2 now the count. Ryan Beckman on the hill. Lemurs in their half of the inning went 3 up and 3 down against starter Mark Hamburger for the St. Paul Saints. A pitch from Beckman. Vavra swinging and missing. There's strike 3. That'll end the inning. A 3 up, 3 down inning for Beckman. You got a ground out of Tony Thomas, followed by a ground out of Willie Argo, and then a strikeout swinging by Tanner Vavra. We go to the bottom of the second. Lemurs to the plate for the second time tonight. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters for Laredo. It's still a scoreless game between Laredo and St. Paul. Dennis Phipps leading off the inning for Laredo here. I apologize for the issues we had with the sound. We're back up and running. Phipps swing at the first pitch, a slow swing. He does get a piece of it. Fouls it back into the glove of the catcher. Count 0-1. And the pitch, again, inside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. The defensive alignment, you have Mark Hamburger on the hill. Yes, Hamburger. That pitch grounded back towards Hamburger. He goes to a knee, picks it up off the ground, sidearms to first. 1-3, the put out of Phipps. The infield, Tanner Vavra over at third base. At shortstop, you have Tony Thomas. At second base, Sam Moss. And over at first base, Nate Hansen, the catcher. Is Aaron Gretz tonight, Gretz. In the outfield for the Saints, left field Willie Argo, center field Alonzo Harris, and Breland Almadova is in right field. To the plate, Travis Danker. Danker's been really hot for the Lemurs lately. In that last series up in Wichita, Danker in the 4 games batted .400. He had 4 home runs as he takes a ball there. He was 6 for 15 at the plate, 7 runs scored, 5 runs batted in, and he was spectacular out in the field. Really a wingnut killer there. Pitch called a strike. 1-1 the count on the year. Danker batting .273 with 7 home runs and 16 runs batted in, as he has just been torching opposing pitchers here lately at the beginning of the season. The pitch from Hamburger, the 1-1 swung and popped up foul and out of play. Count now 1-2. To the plate, or to the pitch, low for a ball, 2-2. I think 2. Opposing pitch. There's another called strike, and it's strike 3. Abel Nieves to the plate. Nieves, the first baseman for the Lemurs. Batting .208, 2 RBIs, no home runs. 2 outs here in the second. So far, 5 up, 5 down for Hamburger. Hamburger, a former big leaguer. Pitch to Nieves, called a strike, 0-1. Your umpires tonight. We've had this crew before. Taylor Payne at the plate. As the 0-1, Nieves check swinging. He gets a piece of it, though, and grounds it foul towards the first base coach's box. Count 0-2. Cody Lowe over at first base and Tim Kramer over at first. So Mark Hamburger out there on the mound. He's been around a while. Made the big leagues in 2011 with the Rangers, pitched in 5 games, all in relief. Pitch inside for a ball, 1-2 the count to Nieves. Started his career in 2007 with the Minnesota Twins. He was not drafted. The pitch swinging a ground ball down the third baseline. It's right to Vavra, and he'll throw over to first in time to get Nieves. 5-3 the put out. There's out number 3 here in the second. We go to the top of the third here in Laredo. Lemurs and Saints still tied at 0.
A precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carne Sasso. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Welcome back, third inning. James Nasser here with you, and I'm joined by my partner Warren Shore. He hasn't really made an appearance, but he's here now, and he'll do the play-by-play for the third and fourth innings.
Thank you, James. Good to have you back in Laredo after that road trip. Know you guys got in early, or about noon today, as the first pitch to Aaron Getz from Ryan Beckman is a fastball that misses outside, ball 1 to Aaron Getz. As Beckman working from the first base side of the rubber, called strike one. Gets on the season batting .304 with the home run and 4 RBIs. This is his 8th start, 9th game played of the year. He's second on the team in average as that pitch misses outside. 2-1 the count to Getz. And the 2-1. Hit over to Rondon, the shortstop, goes to his right, gloves, backhand, and throws over to Nieves. And Getz is retired for the first out. So after a leadoff single, Beckman hasn't allowed a runner to advance. And that's going to bring up Sam Moss. Moss on the season batting .294. 4 RBIs. This is his eighth game played, also 8th start. So he's played in half of this will be the half of the games he's played in first pitch called strike. St. Paul, this is their 16th game of the season, so he's playing in 8. So my math, that is 50% of the games. As the 0-1 off-speed pitch called strike, so ahead in the count 0-2 is Ryan Beckman. Three of the guys on the team have played in 7 games, and all the rest of the regulars have played in 13, 14, so they pretty much have a rotation they're going as he chops the 0-2 over to Pulfer, who feels it, throws over, and gets Moss by a half a step to get out number 2 of the bottom or the top of the 3rd inning, and now we're going to turn it back over to the top of the order for Alonzo Harris, who singled and had a stolen base in the first. He's the only base runner for either team so far early on in this game. St. Paul played in Joplin last night, and they had a 2-mile less bus ride back, first pitch fastball down low. They traveled 779 miles back, and the Lemurs traveled 781 miles. So equal traveling distance as the 1-0 misses outside to Harris. So 2-0 the count to the leadoff man. St. Paul got in at about 1 o'clock, 1:30 this afternoon. So both teams spent the overnight on the bus. 2-0 outside. And this is St. Paul's longest road trip of the season. After this, they go to Amarillo. They are currently in the midst of a 14-day road trip. And the 3-0 down low, so that's a 4-pitch walk to Alonzo Harris, and he is on board for the second time today, and that will bring up Breland Almadora, who flew out to right field, and Reggie Wilson had to make a fairly nice play out in right field. There was a line drive. Almadova, 267 on the year, 1 home run, 4 RBIs for him. And in the last series, Almadova threw over to first to check on Harris, who already has 1 stolen base, and James mentioned this at the first inning when Harris was on base. Coming into tonight, he was 8 for 8 in stolen base chances, and now after so far with this game, he's 9 for 9. Fastball, called strike, caught the outer half of the plate. 0-1 the count, but Almadova in the last series went 4 for 15 with an RBI, a stolen base, and a walk. As he calls time after Beckman took a long look in, as now the sun has come out through the clouds as the shadows are now on the field for the Lemurs in their black jerseys with white pants and Lemurs across the chest with their hats of gold brim with black and the LLs. The 0-1 chopped over to Rondon, has it, easily tosses it over to Nieves at first. And the side is retired, so after a 2-out walk, no damage done. heading to the bottom of the third. Scoreless here in Laredo.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919. Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas, 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Uni-Trade continues to provide solutions in foreign trade through a highly satisfactory customs brokerage service. Uni-Trade has quality trained personnel devoted to the highest level of customer service. For all your transportation, distribution, and consolidation needs, it's Uni-Trade.
We are back here at Uni-Trade Stadium. Bottom third of the order up for the Lemurs. First pitch to Reggie Wilson from Mark Hamburger. Called strike. Up this inning is Wilson, Jesus Poso, and Alvaro Rondon. And on the season, Reggie Wilson batting .195. First pitch misses 1-1. So batting .195 Wilson with 2 RBIs, has 1 double on the season. Wilson lines one into left field, and that ball is going to drop for a base hit. That was a diving catch actually by Willie Argo. As we mentioned, nice play there by Argo, so fly out to left. As we mentioned, it's kind of hard, at least from my vantage point, to see. I gotta lean like out the window for the to see the ball, and so it was hard to do for me. First pitch to Jesus Poso, and he was way late on that. So strike one to Poso, batting .091 on the season. Has 2 hits. One of them is a double and is an RBI. That pitch misses outside. Always has that left pocket out of the shorts. As Mark Hamburger working from the first base side of the rubber out of the windup. Curveball just misses. Hamburger in 2011 actually made the big leagues for the Texas Rangers. Pitched in 5 games. And the 2-1 is grounded over to the third baseman, the shortstop Thomas, and Poso easily retired. But yeah, no, he played in the major leagues with the Rangers. Got promoted actually on August 30th. His first inning ever was against the Tampa Bay Rays on August 31st in 2011 at home in Arlington. Pitched 1 perfect inning. He made 5 appearances, all relief, and then on September 30th, or August 30th, of the next season, he was reassigned to the majors. Or reassigned to the minors, hadn't been back, as Alvaro Rondon looks at a first pitch ball 1. Rondon on the season batting .233. Swung on and missed as a fastball down low. And Hamburger this year has been quite stellar. His last outing against Kansas City was at home in St. Paul. The 1-1 fouled off back to the screen. He pitched a complete game, so he had to go all 9 innings. He went all 9 innings. Allowed 6 hits, 1 run, which was earned, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. He's gone at least into the 7. He's pitched at least 7 innings, all 3 starts, and he's gone into the 8th inning twice. Rondon chops one back up the middle, going to his left, and that's going to get through the infield as it got under an outstretched glove of Sam Moss. So that's the first hit of the night for the Lemurs, and that's going to be a 2-out base hit by the number 9 hitter, and we're going to have Ty Morrison, the leadoff hitter, see if we can get some 2-out magic here. as that was just a slow chopper through the middle that no one could get. Morrison lined out to the third baseman to start the game. He's batting .288 on the year, 4 doubles, 7 RBIs. First pitch called strike. In the last 10 games, Morrison batting right at .200 with 8 hits, 5 RBIs though. So that first pitch misses outside. And if you want to go back to the last 5 games, batting .238 with 4 RBIs. One and one the count as Hamburger throws over to check on Rondon. Rondon on the season, 4 stolen bases. Hasn't been caught stealing yet, so he's been successful all 4 times. He's tried to be a thief on the paths. That one misses outside. 2-1 the count. As now the sun is shining the brightest it has in the all game. Another pickoff throw, just diving back is Rondon safely as they put the tag down right on the hip, as you saw there on the replay. Hamburger, though, in his previous start, pitched 7 2/3. That was on his second start of the season, as that 2-1 bounce is in there, 3-1 the count. That was against Sioux Falls on the road. Went 7 2/3, allowed 3 earned, walked 3, 6 strikeouts. But he got the win, did enough to get the win. So he's pitched in the 7th inning. The first game of his season, he pitched 7 innings. Then he went 7 2/3, so into the 8th. And then the complete game. Morrison chopped one foul just over the dugout, and that took a ricochet off the top of the dugout, then off the sweet sign, and now back in, rolls in to the dugout. So that was a pinball machine there on the foul ball from Ty Morrison. As now it's 3-2. They count with 2 outs. Runner on first. No score here at Uni-Trade Stadium. Runner going Morrison, hits one into the right field, and that's going to get in the gap, and that's going to drop. Rondon rounding third, and he's going to score easily. Morrison rounding second, heading for third, and that is going to be in sliding for a 2-out, 1-run triple. Nice job by Ty Morrison, giving the Lemurs an early 1-0 lead. Rondon running on the pitch with 3-2 and 2 outs, as everyone does traveling time, and he got a great jump. Even if he wouldn't have got the running start, he still would have made it, and Morrison, with his speed, was thinking 3-2 in the count to Martinez. And steps off the mound, Pulfer standing at second. Big gap in right center field, as the center fielder, Harris, is shading Martinez towards left center. Wind blowing in from left. And the 0-2. Martinez, weak pop up to the shortstop, Thomas. And that will do it for the third. But the Lemurs get first blood. We'll head to the bottom of the third inning, or top of the fourth inning, pardon me, with Laredo leading St. Paul 2-0.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates tasting chicken we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que por fin compraste carro nuevo? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? ¿Que hoy empieza tu fin de semana? ¿O que hoy se acaba tu novela y mañana empieza otra? La respuesta es la misma, pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres, pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. El carnesazo de H-E-B es una pachanga de sabor. Solo tienes que invitar a los compadres, prender la parrillita, ponerle unas fajitas, costillitas, chuletitas, salchichitas y, ¿por qué no?, hasta un pollo mariposita. Y que no se te olvide la musiquita y hasta una buena bailadita para un gran carnezazo. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnezazo, carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
Miller invented light beer.
Here in Laredo, in the top of the fourth inning, I'm Warren Shore. Lemurs lead 2-0. Ty Morrison got us on the board with a 2-out RBI triple. And then Morrison scored on a throwing error by the shortstop, Tony Thomas. First pitch to the number 3 hitter, Nate Hansen. Called strike. Hansen flew out to center in the first inning, and that was actually a nice play by Drew Martinez. He was coming in and made a sliding grab as that 0-1 is weakly hit back up to Ryan Beckman. Has it, throws over, Nieves steps on first. Quick out. Since in the pregame show we didn't go around the scoreboard, we'll give you that. Last night, actually, there was a no-hitter in Gary. Carl Trania threw the no-hitter, and that was a 1-0 game. The weird thing about that game, it was a walk-off hit. So the no-hitter, wasn't official until Gary won it. So it was scoreless until the bottom of the ninth, and then you had the walk-off hit as the first pitch to Angelo Sonko. He bunts that one, trying to bunt for a base hit, Sonko, as Travis Danker, as we got the shift on here. Danker playing a shade over to the right side of the field in second base, and Alvaro Rondon is in shallow right field. J.D. Pulfer playing the normal shortstop. So that's the infield alignment. And Sunoco again squares the bunt. And we'll take you around the scoreboard. Sunoco popped out to the third baseman to end the first inning. No hitter for Gary tonight as they are trailing 4-1 in Wichita. That is in the top of the seventh inning. The 1-1 pitch fouled off, back way out of play. 1-2 the count. That's in the top of the seventh. They started at 6 p.m. tonight. So if you're thinking, wow, they are playing a quick game, they started an hour earlier than everyone else. In Joplin, take you around the South Division. Texas is trailing to Joplin 4-0. That's in the top of the fourth inning. The 1-2 to Sonko outside. 2-2 now the count. And in Sioux City, they're facing the T-Bones, Kansas City, and that's in the top of the third as that ball is hit into left field. Morrison under it, about 5 steps in front of the track, and easily makes the play. As probably on any other night, that ball would have had a chance to maybe off the wall or maybe even gone, but with the wind blowing in strongly from left field, it only says on the weather.com, it only says the wind's blowing in at 8 miles an hour out of the west-southwest. But I think they might be lying just a tad. It seems like a little bit of a stronger breeze. And now, here you go, got to do a little refresh. It's north-northwest, 13 miles an hour, so I was right. As that brings up Tony Thomas. He looks at a first pitch ball. Thomas grounded out to the third baseman to end, or to lead off the second. Thomas grounds one over past Nieves down the right field line, rounding first, and he's going to get a double. Wilson misplays it, and that's going to be a stand-up double. He just overran it and throws it in, so that's going to be a 2-out double for Tony Thomas as he got one past the line of Abel Nieves. And that is Thomas's 4th double on the season. He leads the team in average, batting .367. He's actually 6th in the American Association in average at .367 and leads the league in total bases. First pitch to Willie Argo, called strike. Argo, 229 on the season, grounded out to the second baseman in the second. In the last series, against Joplin. They actually got done playing a doubleheader yesterday, 2 7-inning games. As the 0-1 misses outside. Argo went 3 for 12 with a double, a home run, and RBI, 2 runs scored, and a walk. So that was a 4-game set in Joplin. And usually when the doubleheaders in this league and most minor league stadiums, they play 7 innings. And the first, that 1-1, misses down low. 2-1 the count to Argo, who on the season, batting .229, 6 RBIs. As he grounds one over to the third baseman, Danker backhands across the diamond, and Argo will be retired. So after a 2-out double, goes no damage as Beckman gets the ground out. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Lemurs leading the Saints 2-0.
The original Pilsner. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Here at Uni-Trade Stadium, Lemurs leading 2-0. First pitch to Dennis Phipps, called strike. As Phipps grounded out to the pitcher on his only at bat, as he hits one down the left field line, and that's going to be foul. So he's down in the count 0-2. Phipps on the season batting .269 with 4 RBIs. And he really got off to a hot start with the Lemurs on that Grand Prairie series as he pops one up foul out of play. As Hamburger, he works quick. He's a fast worker. And I'm a little disappointed in the Laredo press food today. You would think with Mark Hamburger pitching, they'd throw some hamburgers our way, as Phipps did a good job of fouling that one back to the screen. They gave hot dogs, so maybe that's like some shade they're trying to throw at Hamburger, like we're not controlling any of the food you're giving us. But hot dogs is the food tonight, and the 0-2. Phipps again fouls off. So we'll have to see. Maybe they'll do hamburgers tomorrow when Hamburger's not pitching. And the 0-2 misses outside. 1-2 the count. Let's finish off going through the scoreboard. In Winnipeg, Lincoln trailing. It's in the bottom of the 4th, and it's scoreless. Phipps went flailing at that 1-2 pitch, and he goes down swinging. Second strikeout of the night for Hamburger. That's going to bring up Travis Danker, who was the only other strikeout victim in the second. And, boy, Travis Danker, quite the tear, quite the road trip. pretty much quite the series in Wichita. The first pitch from Hamburger. Bounced in, 1-0. Danker in Wichita went 6 for 15, had 4 home runs, 7 run scores, and 5 RBIs to go along with his great defense. On the season, Travis batting .273 with 7 home runs and 16 RBIs. The 1-0 called strike fastball. 1-1 the count. In his last 10 games, he's batting .268 with 7 home runs and 13 RBIs. So he's really picked that up here, at least power-wise, in the last 10 games. And 7 of those 11 hits as a curveball misses outside, 2-1 the count. 7 of those 11 hits have been home runs. He's on quite the tear. As the 2-1 is hit hard into right center field, but trotting over is Harris to his left, and he makes the play. Danker is retired as Hamburger gets the first 2 outs of the inning. And that will bring up Abel Nieves as he grounded out to the third baseman to end the second inning. Nieves batting .208 on the season with 2 RBIs. The righty looks at a first pitch inside, ball 1. And the last game in the American Association tonight is Sioux City and Fargo, and they are in a rain delay. And Sioux Falls, pardon me. And Fargo Moorhead, that's a rain delay. And who knows when that game will get underway as Nieves fouls that one back to the screen. 2-1 the count. As Nieves in his last 10, couple RBIs to go with 8 hits as that 2-1 misses outside. 3-1 the count. The 3-1 popped up, and that ball is going to find the seat, so it's going to be a full count with 2 outs, nobody on. Lemurs leading the Saints 2-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Lemurs have 2 runs on 2 hits. One of those hits is an RBI triple by Ty Morrison, which was the first run of the game. And now the 3-2 from Hamburger is hit into right field. Going back is Almadova, and he makes the play. So 3 up, 3 down for Hamburger. And as we head to the top of the 5th inning, the Laredo Lemurs leading the St. Paul Saints 2-0.
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
Right now, when you sign up for a Gold's Gym membership, you'll get tons of extras completely free. Confidence, free. Compliments from your coworkers, free. And the desire to wear tiny bathing suits, you guessed it, free. You'll be stronger with extras, and you'll be stronger with Gold's Gym. Know your own strength. Tiny bathing suit not included.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Top of the 5th. Top of the 5th inning here at Uni-Trade Stadium with the Lemurs leading 2-0. We'll send it over to James Nasser, and I'll be back in the 7th.
Thanks, Warren. Good job over there on the play-by-play. And to the plate, leading off the inning here for the St. Paul Saints, it'll be Tanner Vavra. He swings and fouls one left side towards the third base dugout. A little dinker, and it's 0-1. So 0-1 the count to Vavra, who struck out swinging the first time he came to the plate. Takes a strike there. Down 0-2 quickly to Beckman. Beckman with just one strikeout on the evening so far through the first 4 innings of play. And there's a swing and a ground ball right side. Moving over is Rondon. He'll scoop it up and throw it to first. Out number 1 on the inning. So Vavra avoids the strikeout, grounds out instead. To the plate, Aaron Gretz. He's 0 for 1. A pitch to Gretz, a sidearm pitch outside, I guess. It looked pretty good, and Gretz checked his swing. They won't appeal. 1-0 the count. Here comes the 1-0 to Gretz. Inside, but it's on the corner. Called a strike, 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike, the count to Gretz, the catcher for St. Paul, batting from the left side. Gretz is a lefty. They don't have any switch hitters on this St. Paul team. Gretz hits one through the right side of the infield, pulling it out of the reach of Rondon. He reaches for a single here in the 5th. 2-0 the score. Lemurs lead the Saints. As the sky is kind of clearing up. Out beyond center, it's still pretty dark with clouds. Sam Moss to the plate. Moss, the second baseman. Beckman on the hill. He's done well so far coming into the 5th inning. He had thrown just 45 pitches. 32 of them were for strikes. So far he has thrown a total of 6 pitches. Here's pitch number 7 this inning. Pitch low for a ball. The batter, Sam Moss, the 9th batter in the order. Runner on first. 1 away here in the 5th. Moss grounded out to short his first time to the plate back in the 3rd inning. So 0 for 1 on the day. The St. Paul team leading the American Association in wins at the moment. The pitch swung on and fouled off Moss's foot. Count 1-1. With 11. The Lemurs, though, they have 8. They lead their division 2 games ahead of the Texas Airhogs. Airhogs who are playing over in Joplin right now against the Joplin Blasters. So a couple of division opponents playing each other. We just finished up playing Wichita and Texas on that last road trip. The pitch low for a ball, and we'll play Joplin here after we finish facing the St. Paul Saints for a few games. The Saints tomorrow will be throwing out Robert Coe on the mound. They were going to be starting a different pitcher, or I did know who was going to be starting Game 3, but he got picked up by the Mexican League, and he's no longer on the team with St. Paul. So kind of a bullet dodge there for the Lemurs. That guy was pretty good. The 3-1 pitch taken, called strike. And he thought that was ball forward to Moss. He had already tossed the bat, was reaching down to unstrap his shin guard. Good thing he didn't unstrap the guard because, well, he'd have to put it right back on. Count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Moss. Runner on first, 1 out on the inning. St. Paul, one of the statistical leaders in hitting in a lot of categories. In batting average, they're third in the league with a 277, but they lead the league in home runs with 21 home runs. Tough to hit the ball out of the park tonight. Wind blowing in from left. The pitch to Moss, swinging a ground ball towards Rondon. He moves to his left, makes the play, throws to second for one, over to first. A 4-6-3 inning-ending double play. Nice work by Rondon and Pulfer to turn it there at second. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Lemurs still lead 2-0 over the Saints.
Right now, when you sign up for a Gold's Gym membership, you'll get tons of extras completely free. Confidence, free. Compliments from your coworkers, free. And the desire to wear tiny bathing suits, you guessed it, free. You'll be stronger with extras, and you'll be stronger with Gold's Gym. Know your own strength. Tiny bathing suit not included.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you. Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Mark Hamburger still on the mound here in the bottom of the fifth. Lemurs leading by a score of 2-0. They got to Hamburger early on. I'm trying to figure out who Mark Hamburger looks like. Maybe Warren can help me out on this one. He looks like a character from a movie with his long hair. It's kind of unkempt and beard. And I want to say like an Uncle Rico, but with the long hair, but that doesn't quite fit.
There's a lot of characters in a lot of movies, so you're really not helping me out there. I know you said Uncle Rico.
Pitch to Reggie Wilson, a called strike.
I don't think so.
Well, because Rico has the well-maintained hair. This is not well-maintained. I can't remember. I'm just trying to think. He looks very familiar in that sense. The pitch, Wilson swings, hits one in the air the opposite way into left, camping right under his Argo. I don't think he had to move much more than a step. And that'll end Reggie Wilson's at bat, fly out to left for the second time tonight to lead off an inning here in the bottom of the fifth.
I don't know. He's trying. He needs to grow it out longer, though, the hair. He's trying to get the mud flaps. You know the mud flaps, what those are? And he's got to get it a little longer to get the Jake DeGrom look or whatever he's going for.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what he's going for. The pitch swung on and fouled away.
He's also got a mustache, too, so maybe he's going for, like, the college kid that doesn't really care how he looks look.
Well, it's the whole thing, the mustache and the hair, and I can't figure it out. Jesus Poso at the plate, 0-1 the count to Poso. He's 0 for 1 today. Swings, breaks the bat. Bat goes down towards the third baseline. The ball is popped up to the shortstop, Thomas. Thomas will make the play for out number 2. He does look kind of like Zach Dando, one of the pitchers with Winnipeg, who has the long hair and the mustache. Both very – there's a few guys in this league, we'll see, who have the long hair and the mustache. Those two right now, we've seen both of them. Maybe there will be another one. I don't think anyone with Wichita. No, they didn't have long-haired, mustached pitchers. The pitch to Alvaro Rondon. He will weakly slap at it as he tries to get a head start going down the first baseline. Looked like a softball play.
He must have been watching the Women's College World Series that's going on right now and got some ideas from that.
That's a 0-1 count to Rondon. The pitch, Rondon swings, pops it up left side to the shortstop, Thomas, and that'll end the inning. A 3-up, 3-down, all Balls hit in the air to the left side, 2 to the shortstop and 1 to the left fielder. We go to the top of the 6th. Lemurs leading 2-0 over the Saints.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties, shredded cheddar cheese,
A creamy sauce,
creamy steak sauce. My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it. You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words. The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think. The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
All right, we're back here in the top of the 6th. Lemurs leading 2-0 over the St. Paul Saints. Alonzo Harris, the batter at the plate. Here comes the pitch from Ryan Beckman, righty versus righty, called a strike, 0-1. Harris, the leadoff hitter, has reached base every single time tonight. Single in the first, walk in the third. Here comes the pitch. Harris swinging and missing, 0-2. Harris with a stolen bag as well in the first inning. His 9th of the year. The 0-2 pitch. Harris will foul it away on top of the dugout roof and then narrowly miss a young child over there. That was really close. She was right there on the stairs and was going towards some seats, and that ball just missed her head. I don't think she even saw it. The pitch inside to Harris, 1-2.
I mean, I looked like she was backing up the steps, but, I mean, she got out of the way.
A pitch swing and a line drive into center, falling, and it'll just barely hit the ground as it's picked up off the bounce by Drew Martinez, a single for Harris, his 2nd hit of the ball game. And we have a scoring correction on our parts. We missed the call. Pulfer got a hit. The error was on the advancement of putting Pulfer to second, which is correct. So the scorer did give Pulfer a hit. And so there's
an RBI too.
Yeah, it would be an RBI.
Hit. So he adds that to the stat sheet. That's number 3 on the season for him, I'm pretty sure.
The pitch, down and away. So yes, Pulfer with the RBI. But now that he has the single. At the plate, Brelinda Almadova. I'm going to throw to first. 1-0 the count.
Actually going to be RBI number 5 on the season. So
I'd say 3 is low.
Him.
Yeah. He had 2 in the first ball game of the year.
Yes, but he had 4 coming into tonight. Now it's 5. So I was only 1 off.
There's a throw to first again. As Beckman all night, whenever Harris gets on, and he's been on all 3 times, has been very occupied with keeping him over there at first base. And with just 1 out. Sorry, there's 1 out here in the 6th. No, there's no outs. Why do they have 1 out on the scoreboard?
Because it's our scoreboard.
I'm looking at the scoreboard, looking at my book, looking at the scoreboard, trying to figure out where I messed up. And I did not mess up. There's no outs. as Harris did lead off the inning with a single. 1-1 is the count to Almodovar. The right-handed hitting right fielder. Beckman delivers plateward, swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2 the count. But Almodovar mentioned he didn't hit many home runs last year, 4, and that was in the California League. And the California League is notorious for being a hitter's league. See guys there that'll hit 35. Okay, maybe that's, well, sometimes that's not an exaggeration, but 20 plus, sometimes 25 plus, into the 30s, amount of home runs there. And then they get to a AA level, and they'll hit maybe 5 or 10. The pitch, swing, ground ball, left side through the hole. Pulfer can't get to it. It'll go into left. Back-to-back singles here to start off the top of the 6th for St. Paul. You mentioned they lead the league in home runs with 21. The next closest is the Air Hogs with 18. The Lemurs have 8 coming into tonight's ball game. Not only do they lead the league in home runs, though, they also lead the league in runs scored, and that's not even very close either. Second closest is Wichita with 82. St. Paul with 91 runs scored, and that's through just 15 games. They scored 91 runs. Now Ben Moore's going to make a visit to the mound, the pitching coach for the Lemurs. And so the next closest is 82, followed by Wichita, followed by 74 by Gary and Winnipeg each. The Lemurs with 65 runs on the year. They actually are tied with Sioux City, and that would put them middle of the pack. They're still ahead of Kansas City, Lincoln, Texas in the runs scored category there. But Laredo is last in batting average right now with a .227 batting average, and well, it's going to be tough to get hits against this St. Paul Saints pitching staff, as they are notoriously good. The batter here, Nate Hansen, swings and lifts one into left, a shallow hit. It'll fall in. 1 run will score as Harris is headed platewards. The throw to third is in time, as trying to go first to third on the play was Breland Almodovar, and he gets gunned down. So a run comes across. Going to second on the play was Hansen. See how they rule that. If it's a single, then he gets a second on the throw, or if it's just a straight-up double. How they got it in just to the infield in time, it should just be a single, I would think. Angelo Sonko to the plate.
That was a close play at third, and I saw the St. Paul dugout, and they were not pleased. They thought he got under. And we had a little bird's eye view, and
it was a very close play. I thought Danker had him, but had he gotten under it, that's another case. I can't really tell that, but the throw beat him just by a hair. Pitch called a strike to Sonko. It'll be an RBI for Hansen, though. Score now 2-1 as Harris scored from second. He's got a lot of speed. But Almodovar put out 7-5. 1 out on the inning now. 0-1 the count to Sonko. Last year, one of the best hitters in the league. Pitch on the outside corner, called a strike, 0-2. Or maybe it's a ball. I heard a loud grunt by the home plate umpire, Taylor Payne. Or maybe that was a fan, but I thought it was a strike call.
now the scoreboard's right with the outs.
Yeah. It's 1-1 the count. The pitch, Sonko swings, grounds one right side. Pulfer coming across in front of Rondon will make the play, throw over to first. And there's out number 2. Hansen will go up to third base.
That's interesting, though. They had the shift on for Sonko earlier in the game, and they had Danker playing at over in that behind second base area. Now they have Pulfer, maybe because the runner on second, they were trying to get Danker more comfortable at third.
The pitch outside. 1 ball and no strikes to Thomas, the batter, the shortstop. And the pitch, outside corner, called a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Thomas 1 for 2 in the ball game with a double that came in the 4th inning. Beckman on the hill, the righty. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. I like this name, Tony Thomas. He does not look like a shortstop when you look at him. He's kind of, usually shortstops are the smaller, kind of view him as more athletic, kind of wiry type of guy. This guy is not what you would call wiry. He is built.
Yeah, he is. You want to know who's a big fan of Tony Thomas?
Who's a big fan of Tony Thomas?
Ricky Bobby. They both have 2 first names.
Oh. Tony Thomas went to Florida State University, swing and a miss, strike 3. We'll talk more about him next time he comes to the plate. That ends the inning. Here in the top of the 6th, go to the bottom half. Lemurs lead, but their lead has been shortened. It's now 2-1 as the Saints plated a run there in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom. Lemurs to the plate.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma, pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres, pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo, carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Ty Morrison leads off the inning, top of the order for the Lemurs. Here in the bottom of the 6th, first pitch low for a ball, 1-0. Morrison has an RBI triple in the ball game and a run scored. Came in the 3rd. The pitch from Hamburger on the edge of the zone, the lower outside portion, called a strike, 1-1. Morrison, left fielder for the Lemurs. Been impressed with him so far this season. The pitch from the righty down and out of the zone. Morrison has done much better against righties this year than he has against lefties. That is for sure, as he is hitting .351 against righties this season, which is the best on the team. But lefties, he's struggled more. Swinging a line drive left side into left field. Another hit for Morrison. He's taking a hard turnaround first, but he'll stop there. Hit number 2 of the ball game for Ty.
He's hit one of the good piece of hitting. His spray chart tonight's really good with the line shot right out to right center, one of the hardest parts of the ballpark to hit it, and then going opposite field there with the line drive, so showing off all of his ranges at the plate.
Pulford to the plate, 1 for 2 with a single. And an RBI as well. He drove in, Ty Morrison. Throw over to first, Morrison back diving. Pulford, the shortstop for the Lemurs. He's been doing pretty well here lately. There's a strike called. Yesterday, Pulver had a hit. He was 1 for 4 with a run scored. In the game before, he had 2 hits, as well as an RBI and a run scored. He's hit in 3 straight games now for the Lemurs, with the hit tonight. So starting to catch a little bit more fire as Pulver. He swings and lines one into right. That'll be another hit for Pulver. Morrison's going to stop at second, as Pulver now has 2 singles tonight. And there's 2 singles here in the 6th for the Lemurs to start off the inning. Drew Martinez now to the plate. Speaking of a guy who hits a lot of singles and has been getting on a lot for Laredo, he's also another guy like Morrison, a lefty, who hits very, very well against righties, which makes sense. But he's second on the team against righties in batting average at .343. Morrison against lefties, or righties, sorry, against lefties, batting .118. And Martinez, as he bunts at it, goes back behind home plate, batting .176 against lefties. So they're both very happy whenever a righty is on the mound to make a start. But right now, Martinez trying to bunt to help push over the runners. You have Morrison on second, Pulver at first. Vavra, the third baseman, playing in on the edge of the grass there, as is the first baseman. Pitch bunted. It's a nice one down the third baseline. Vavra from third is going to field it, throw a little bit wide at first, but Moss will make the stretch. So a sac bunt for Drew Martinez. Out number 1. 5-4 the put out. Pulver up to second, over to third, Ty Morrison. Dennis Phipps 0 for 2 in the ball game to the plate. He's the DH tonight for the Lemurs. Phipps digging in. Infield drawn in. The score is 2-1. Lemurs trying to take game 1 here against the St. Paul Saints. They lead by a run. They have 2 men in scoring position. Phipps with a big cut and a miss, 0-1. So it'll be a big chance here if Phipps can drive something. Doesn't have to get it out of the ballpark. If he can just hit it hard on the infield and find one of those holes, which are gaping because the infield is drawn in, you pretty much have to hit it right at a guy in order for him to actually field it. The 0-1 pitch, Phipps with a swing and a pop-up, right side, drifting into foul territory towards the tarp, and it'll go out of play. Phipps with new life here, but the count now 0-2 to him. Phipps, who played in the big league with the Cincinnati Reds for a short time. Spent a lot of time in the AA and AAA levels, though. Started the year in Mexico before rejoining the Lemurs, where he's been now since his 3rd season with Laredo. Wind blowing strong in from left field. Be tough to hit one out over there. Usually it's blowing out to left at this strength, but not tonight. 0-2 the count. Hamburger sets, lifts the leg, fires inside and low. 1-2. Phipps moved the leg back a bit to move it out of the way from getting hit. He's got his right pocket hanging out of his pants there. White pants for the Lemurs today with their black jerseys. Hamburger with the 1-2. Phipps swings, breaks the bat. It's a little blooper that gets into right. 1 run will score. Pulver rounding third. He's headed home. The play at the plate, not in time. Hamburger backing up the throw as it got past the catcher. Gretz will stop it. Phipps with a broken bat RBI single, driving in 2. It's now 4-1. The Lemurs lead the Saints. Boy, you always run the risk when you draw in the infield of giving up that hit that, if the infield is about a normal depth, would not be a hit. Now, had the infield been at a normal depth, they maybe had a chance at that. But usually with Phipps, you play him to pull a lot, so that second baseman maybe would have been shifted more towards the bag at second, and that ball was hit more into right, and it was still kind of deep for a second baseman to get
Moss would
to.
have had to make like an over-the-shoulder reaching, some type of spectacular catch.
Travis Danker to the plate, takes a pitch in the dirt. Yes, it still would have been a fantastic play, but if he was playing a normal depth. But he would have had a chance. There was no chance with a drawn-in infield to get that ball. Lemurs leading 4-1 after both runners scored. Travis Danker trying to continue his hot streak here that he's been on. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a line drive into left, but coming in and making the catch is Willie Argo, the left fielder, for out number 2. That wind keeping it down, and the outfield not playing very deep now with the wind blowing in from left. If this is a normal night, well, it still probably is an out, as the ball would have carried a little bit further. The outfielder would have been playing a little bit further back.
And Hamburger, this is his worst start of the season. If you go look at runs allowed, you got to wonder maybe being on the bus such a long time last night.
The pitch to Abel Nieves high for a ball, 1-0.
And I know it's equal both teams. Like both teams both had pretty much the same drive. But you still got to wonder if being on the bus for 12 hours, however long the trip was for them, is affecting him at all.
1-0 pitch, swinging a foul back over the screen.
Or it's probably affecting him. You just don't know how much it is, or like if he is tired. Because coming into the night, you could say one of the best. He was probably one of the best pitchers. He was one of the best pitchers in the American Association.
Yes, Abel Nieves at the plate. It was a long bus ride, about 12 hours. The pitch, Nieves swings, pops it up, foul territory, right side, out of play, 1-2. Phipps, the runner at first base, 2 outs on the inning. Waiting on deck, Reggie Wilson. Should Nieves reach, he'll get a chance at the plate. 6 hits in the ball game for the Lemurs, 5 for the Saints. Saints with 1 error so far today. The pitch taken high for a ball, 2-2. Nieves last night had a hit. He was 1 for 3, and he walked. That's a hard hit ball towards the middle, but the second baseman's playing right there. That's Moss, and he'll throw over to first for the out to end the inning. So stranding Phipps over at first base, but Dennis Phipps with a big 1 out, a little blooping single on the right to drive in a pair of runs. Lemurs lead 4-1. We go to the top of the 7th here in Laredo.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que por fin compraste carro nuevo? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? ¿Que hoy empieza tu fin de semana? ¿O que hoy se acaba tu novela y mañana empieza otra? La respuesta es la misma, pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres, pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. El carnesazo de H-E-B es una pachanga de sabor. Solo tienes que invitar a los compadres, prender la parrillita, ponerle unas fajitas, costillitas, chuletitas, salchichitas y, ¿por qué no?, hasta un pollo mariposita. Y que no se te olvide la musiquita y hasta una buena bailadita para un gran carnesazo. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo, carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B. Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que por fin compraste carro nuevo? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? ¿Que hoy empieza tu fin de semana? ¿O que hoy se acaba tu novela y mañana empieza otra? La respuesta es la misma, pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres, pues con un carnesazo.
Welcome back to the 7th. To the mic for the play-by-play, my partner, Warren Shore.
Thank you, James. And just like the 3rd inning, 7, 8, 9 hitters up of Reggie Wilson. Jesus post, looking at the wrong part of my book. Pardon me, top of the 7th. It's actually 6, 7, and 8 as Willie Argo, Tanner Vavra, and Aaron Gretz. First pitch to Argo is chopped down the third base line. Foul. Didn't flip the book over for the top of the inning, but you know what's up for the Lemurs, 7, 8, 9 hitters in the bottom half of the inning. The 0-1 from Beckman, and that ball's hit down the left field line, and that is going to be foul. So 0-2 the count, and Beckman pitched very well so far. Other than those leadoffs, those 3 singles in a row to start the 6th inning, which surrendered one of the runs, but before that he had only allowed 2 hits and 3 base runners. That 0-2 bounces low, down 1-2. He's only got 1 strikeout on the day, but still he's pitched very nicely, and this is going to be his 82nd pitch of the night. That is just missed outside as Poso tried to he framed that one and held it out there an extra second for Taylor Payne. But now the count's 2-2, and the pitch is chopped again, foul through the third base coaching box. As the count remains 2-2. All-time records between the teams. St. Paul has dominated this. They've only met 9 times, but St. Paul holds the lead 8-1 overall as that 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3, and that is the 3rd strikeout of the day for Beckman, and that's back-to-back strikeouts going back to the last inning. St. Paul has a 5-1 record here at Uni-Trade Stadium, and St. Paul's also holds a 3-0 record in St. Paul in their home stadium as they are leading the American Association in attendance as they are averaging just north of 7,000, I should say just south of 8,000 fans tonight as the first pitch to Tanner Vavra called strike. They're averaging 7,900 fans a game. Clearly the leader. The next best is Winnipeg at 4,700. And the 0-1 misses low, down in 1. But so Laredo has never won in St. Paul. That's the only place in the American Association they do not have a win. And this is St. Paul clearly has the best record against, as that 1-1 pitch is hit, and that's going to be a line drive back up the middle for a base hit for Tanner Vavra, who gets his first hit of the night. He was 0 for 2 coming into this at-bat. Now he's 1 for 3, struck out in the second. And that's going to bring up Aaron Gretz, who singled back in the 5th. Aaron, not Max, up to bat. As the lefty throw over to Vavra. And Vavra on the season, 2 stolen bases, hasn't been caught stealing. And the first pitch to Gretz, down, ball 1, and only 2 caught stealing attempts for the Saints. Tony Thomas and Almadova are the only 2 players on the team that have been caught stealing this year. As that 1-0 is blooped into left field, and that's going to drop for a hit, as that's going to be back-to-back base hits here with 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. As Morrison just had no chance of getting that one, as that just one found the gap in left center in front of him. And so the Saints have something cooking after the Lemurs answered the 1 run the Saints scored back in the top of the 6th. And now that's going to bring up Sam Moss. Moss on the day 0 for 2, grounded into an inning-ending 4-6-3 double play to end the bottom half of the 5th inning. First pitch to Moss, down and away, ball 1. Gretz at first isn't going to be held on by Nieves as he's playing right on the grass. First 1-0, called strike, 1-1 the count. Top of the 7th, Lemurs leading 4-1. They've got 2 runs in the 3rd and 2 runs in the 6th. Those 4 runs come on 6 hits, no errors. The Saints, 1 run in the 6th. Those come on 7 hits and 1 error. The 1-1 is hit back up the middle past a diving Pulfer. That gets to Morrison, and the stop sign is being held up by the third base coach, Ol Sheldon. And that is back-to-back-to-back singles to load the bases in the top half of the 7th. And Ryan Beckman, we're going to have a visit to the mound by the pitching coach, Ben Moore. And this is the same thing that happened in the last inning, but this was with no outs, and the bases were never loaded. There were 3 consecutive hits, but Almadova got thrown out at third by Morrison and left to get the first out of the inning and kind of halt the bleeding. But now the bases are juiced for the top of the order, Alonzo Harris. And Alonzo Harris has reached base every single time he's been up tonight. 2 singles and a walk, also a run scored. So he's been the most dangerous hitter the Saints have had tonight. Not even tonight. Harris has been actually coming into tonight, Harris was batting 176, so way under the Mendoza line. But he's got 2 home runs and 9 RBIs. The first pitch to Harris, fastball strike, outside part of the plate, 0-1 the count. Infield playing at double play depth, Martinez shading Harris a tad towards right center field, big gap in left center. The 0-1 misses outside, 1-1 the count. Nieves playing just at the end of the indentation at first base in the infield. And the 1-1 out of the windup, that ball's hit, and then over a leaping Pulfer. 1 run is going to score, and everyone goes up station to station. So that looping line drive from Alonzo Harris makes this a 4-2 game, and that's 4 consecutive singles. That is Harris's 3rd single of the night, now 3 for 3, and that's an RBI for Harris. That is RBI number 10 on the season, and now that has Gretz to 3rd, Moss to 2nd, and Harris over at 1st, and now Pete Incaviglia is going to head to the mound, and it looks like we're going to have a bullpen change, and we will see who that is, and we will let you know who that new pitcher is when we get back here on the Lemurs Broadcast Network.
De H-E-B. El carnesazo de H-E-B es una pachanga de sabor. Solo tienes que invitar a los compadres, prender la parrillita, ponerle unas fajitas, costillitas, chuletitas, salchichitas y, ¿por qué no?, hasta un pollo mariposita. Y que no se te olvide la musiquita y hasta una buena bailadita para un gran carnesazo. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo, carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
Right now, when you sign up for a Gold's Gym membership, you'll get tons of extras completely free. Confidence, free. Compliments from your coworkers, free. And the desire to wear tiny bathing suits, you guessed it, free. You'll be stronger with extras, and you'll be stronger with Gold's Gym. Know your own strength. Tiny bathing suit not included.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus, find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly Monthly payments required. See store for details.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs! Uni-Trade continues to provide solutions in foreign trade through a highly satisfactory customs brokerage service. Uni-Trade has quality trained personnel devoted to the highest level of customer service. For all your transportation, distribution, and consolidation needs, it's Uni-Trade.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
A creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best.
The call to the bullpen is complete, and coming out of the gates in right field is Luis De La Cruz, the 6'6", 225-pound right-handed thrower out of the Dominican Republic. He is making appearance number 8 on the season. His last appearance was June 1st when he pitched 2 innings of shutout ball with 1 strikeout and a walk. On the season, he has pitched 8 1/3 innings. He has walked 8 batters, struck out 7, allowed 6 hits, and he has an ERA of 3.42, has 1 loss. That loss came back on May 24th. But he hasn't allowed a run since May 28th. So when he gave up 3 runs on May 24th to Winnipeg, he hasn't allowed a run since. And that's the only time he's allowed a run in an appearance all season. So in 6 out of the 7 games he's pitched in, he hasn't allowed a run. But a big spot here. Bases loaded, 1 out for Braylon Almadova. First pitch, ball 1 from De La Cruz. But the bases loaded. Lemurs leading 4-2. De La Cruz last played at AA San Antonio in affiliated ranks, but was part of a trade. Last year here in Laredo was 1-1 in 4 games, or in 31 games, in the playoffs he was 1-1. He was actually the winning pitcher in the championship game as Almadova fouled one off back. 1-1 the count with 1 out. And the 6-6 righty deals. That ball again fouled off. 1-2 the count. Almadova singled back in the 6th. Before that was 0 for 2, so 1 for 3 on the day. He also got gunned down at 3rd in the 6th and really kind of blew up that inning for the Saints. The 1-2 bounced in there. Nice block by the catcher Poso. The ball just kicked out to his right, but he was there in time as that one was in the dirt. So now 2-2 the count. On deck, Nate Hansen. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Also singled in the 6th, so their number 3 hitter now. This coming to the heart of the order. And the 2-2 is swung up, back up, and that's going to get up back the middle. 1 run's going to score. Rounding second and heading for home is Gretz. He's going to score standing up. So that's going to be a 2-run single by Braylon Almadova, and we are all tied up at 4 here on the top of the 7th inning. Now that's going to bring up Nate Hansen, who, as I just mentioned, 1 for 3 on the day. Now runners on first and second, 1 out. Saints already scored 3 in this inning. That fastball misses high, 1-0 the count. As that pitch is fouled off back to the screen, 1-0. Hansen leads the American Association in a category you don't want to lead. Grounding into double plays. He's got 5 on the season. So number 6 would be a perfect time here. He was also part of back-to-back-to-back home runs on July 2nd. He was the first one in the string of 3 batters with a home run. Is that 1-1 over the plate for a strike, 1-2. And to start the season, or in May, the end of May, as he hits one down the left field line. Morrison going after it, and that ball's going to get down. Scoring from second is Harris, rounding third and heading for home. The relay throw at the plate. Poso sliding and is safe. Almadova is in there, so that's a 2-run double for Nate Hansen. And now that is a 6-4 Saints lead as they have scored 5 runs in the top of the 7th inning. The throw from the relay man Pulfer was a little bit offline, but Poso tried to make a diving play, but a nice slide by Almadova going up the first baseline and sticking out the right hand to get in there, and was called safe as Luis de la Cruz couldn't get anyone out. And we will now, Pete Incaviglia coming out to the bullpen. We will have another pitching change. We'll tell you about it when we come back here on the Lemurs Network. Lemurs trailing 6-4.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64.
Second pitching change of the inning, and now it is Harold Guerrero, the 6'5 lefty. It's coming in at 225, also out of the Dominican Republic on the season. This is appearance number 9. He's got a 7.27 ERA, pitched 8 2/3 inning, has 18 strikeouts, 3 walks, allowed 10 hits to the lefty, Angelo Sonko. First pitch outside, ball 1. After a leadoff strikeout by Willie Argo, 6 consecutive hits for the Saints, 5 of them singles before the last batter, Nate Hansen, hit a 2-run double to give them the lead, as that 1-0 is swung on a miss by Sonko. But Guerrero's allowed 7 earned this year. Those came against Winnipeg on May 23rd and May 25th. Every other appearance of the season, he has not allowed a run. And other than that, against Texas on May 28th and 29th, the curveball misses wide. He's allowed hits. He allowed 3 hits in those combined 2 appearances. So other than that, he's thrown up 4 outings when he hasn't allowed a hit. So it's been pretty much boom or bust with him, as Sonko can't catch up to that fastball, as the count's now 2-2. Guerrero is 3rd in the American Association in strikeouts with 18 as a reliever. Pardon me, he's actually 5th. As Sonko grounds one back up the middle, but into the shift, Pulfer has it. Nice defensive alignment there, as once again Sonko couldn't break the shift. Another ground out to the shortstop, but that was at the right side of the first baseman. And now that is out number 2. Moving up to 3rd on the play is Hansen, and that's going to bring up Tony Thomas, who doubled back in the 4th to continue his hitting streak coming into tonight. It was 14 games. Now with that double, he has hit safely in 15 straight games. The first pitch down low. Nice block by Poso. 0-1 the count. Thomas batting .367 on the season. 5 home runs, 15 RBIs. The 1-0 misses outside. That was a fastball. 2-0 the count. And now the 2-0 with the runner on 3rd, 2 outs. Big swing and a miss from Thomas, as that fastball was in the dirt. Would have been ball 3, but instead it's strike 1. Now the count reads 2-1. Fireworks after the game tonight, so if you're in the area, might be able to see them or hear them. Come on out for those, as the 2-1. Curveball again swung on and missed, as that ball was in the dirt. So now the count's level at 2. As St. Paul leads 6-4, as they have scored 5 runs here on the top of the 7th inning, and lead 6-4. Before the first 5 innings, they were shut out, but they've had 6 in the past 2. His check swing didn't go. It's more like a flinched swing, as now it's going to be a full count, 3-2. Here on this beautiful evening, a little cloud cover before the game, cooled off the temperature, no rain. And the 3-2 pitch is hit into center field, left center field, and that's going to drop for another base hit. Rounding first, heading for second is Thomas, and he is in with an RBI double, and that lead extends the lead to 7-4. And now the Saints have batted around in the top of the 7th inning, and that will bring up Willie Argo, who started the inning striking out, and now he will have a chance to redeem himself, as that ball just found the left center field kind of gap as Martinez was shaded over a tad to the right. He just couldn't get there in time. First pitch called strike, 0-1 the count. Argo 0 for 3 on the day. 0 for 1 in the inning. As now Guerrero comes set. The 0-1. Hit into right field. Wilson going to his left and gets over there in time to make the running catch. That ball for a second thought it might have dropped. But that's the end of the top of the 7th inning. The Saints send up 10 batters, score 7 runs, and it's stretch time here at Uni-Trade Stadium. St. Paul leading 7-4 against the Lemurs. We'll be back with the bottom half of the 7th here on the Lemurs Broadcast Network.
And Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale, or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubba-da, boom, which led to you. Miller Lights, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas, as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Bottom half of the 7th inning. Lemurs trailing 7-4 as first pitch to Reggie Wilson called strike. As the Lemurs look to answer the same 6 runs in the top half of the 7th with the 7, 8, 9 hitters. And Wilson, the 0-1 called strike. Hamburger now off the hook in what was his worst outing of the season. Allowed 4 runs through 6 innings. That 0-2. Misses outside, 1-2 the count now. As now he's pitching with the lead as that 1-2 misses inside all the way back to the screen. 2-2 the count. As the Lemurs now are going to play from behind as they were playing ahead all game, and the 2-2 misses wide, 3-2 the count. The Lemurs have yet, as that 3-2 pitch is a called strike 3. Wilson was heading down to first base, but once again, Taylor Payne rings up Wilson. That is strikeout number 3 on the day for Hamburger. 2 of the 3 have been looking, and now that's going to bring up Jesus Poso. They call him the Panda, who's 0 for 2 on the day as he hits one blooping into center field. Charging is Harris. That was more weakly hit to center. First pitch as Poso was retired. So 2 quick outs for Hamburger, who's at 94 pitches, as he looks to have 4 consecutive starts of at least pitching 7 innings. As now that brings up Alvaro Rondon. First pitch, off-speed pitch. Called strike. Rondon singled and scored on the RBI triple by Morrison back in the 3rd. Hamburger quickly working. That one's a swinging bunt. The catcher, Garrett, has it. Or pardon me, Gretz has it and throws down to Rondon, and the side is retired. So 3 up, 3 down for the Lemurs, and we'll head to the top of the 8th inning. St. Paul leading Laredo 7-4. We'll be back on
Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeye's new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma, pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres, pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo, carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Top of the 8th inning, we've got a new pitcher, and James Nasser will tell you all about him as he'll take you through the rest of the game.
Thanks, Warren. Top of the 8th, Kamakani Usui to the hill. Usui, the right-hander, 6 foot, 195. Who last year pitched with Amarillo and Schaumburg. He's still classified as a rookie, though. So far this season, he's been pretty effective for the Lemurs out of the bullpen. 0-1 in 7 appearances with a 2.46 ERA, 7 1/3 innings pitched. He has 7 strikeouts to just 2 walks and 5 hits on the year, 3 runs allowed, 2 earned. For Usui out there this season in a Lemurs uni. Leading off the 8th, it's Tanner Vavra. Vavra with a right-handed hitter swinging and fouling away the first pitch, 0-1. So Usui getting his first taste against St. Paul this season. As I mentioned, he pitched with Amarillo last year, but he was not with the Thunderheads for a very long time. The righty comes set out there on the hill. And he'll kick and fire the 0-1 pitch. Swing grounder right back at him through his legs, though. It's okay. Rondon's over there by second. He'll field it, throw to first for the out of Vavra. 1 away. So Usui, who went to Vanguard University out there in California, will be facing Aaron Gretz now. Gretz, the catcher, hitting .304 coming into the ball game. Lefty. So far today, he has 2 hits, both singles and a run scored. 2 for 3. Gretz will swing and pop 1 foul in front of our faces here, and it's 0-1. Off to the left side, out of play. Lemurs trailing 7-4 right now. The Saints with a 6-run 7th inning to take the lead. Lemurs went into that top of the 7th in the lead by a score of 4-1, but, well, they surrendered the lead. 1-1 the count to that pitch, missed a little bit low. There to Gretz. 13 hits for the Saints. Much of that coming last inning. Pitch inside. 2-1. Yes, they had 7 hits last inning. So 7 of their 13 hits coming in the 7th inning. The other 6 spread out innings 1 through 6. The 2-1 pitch, swing, ground ball, right side. Rondon to his left a little bit. Will go to his knees, come up with it, bobbling the ball a little bit. And now he's hopping up and down. He did get the play, 4-3, the putout. He was hopping up and down there towards first base after making the play. I don't know if he was. Now he's doing it again. He's hopping on his toes as if to extend some muscles in his legs. I don't really know why. Maybe he's trying to avoid cramping, or he's hopping up and down again. Sam Moss to the plate. He singled the last time up, 1 for 3. He's also grounded into a double play. Pitch will miss outside. 1-0. 2 outs on the inning. No one on for the Saints. That's a battle of 2 of the better teams in the league. Lemurs tied with the second best record in the league, as the 1-0 pitch taken for a strike at the knees 1-1, and the Saints with the best record. Saints last year started off hot. I think, what did they start with? 14 straight wins? I asked their broadcaster, Sean Aronson, what that was like last season. Pitch high for a ball, 2-1. I had seen Sean earlier in the year when they had first started this season, and he said it was incredible being a part of that team, being able to go along for that ride, pitch outside, 3-1, to win that many games, 74 wins, and to broadcast all of them. So it was a lot of fun. Now the 3-1 pitch called a strike, 3-2 now the count. Okay, St. Paul actually did lose pretty early on, but they lost to Amarillo after winning their first 5 ball games. They lost to Amarillo, but last year, there's a check swing. He went through the zone. I could call that one, and it's strike 3. That'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down inning for Usui here in the 8th. We go to the bottom half. Lemurs, well, they need some runs. They trail by 3, 7-4 to the Saints.
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
We'd like to...
Bottom of the 8th, Lemurs to the plate. It'll be the top of the order. Ty Morrison, J.D. Pulfer, and Drew Martinez. Morrison today, 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. He has 2 of the Lemurs' 4 runs on the night. Lemurs could use some more runs here. And, well, this is the guys you want at the plate to do it. The pitch, Morrison taking for a strike, 0-1. As Morrison and Pulfer are both 2 for 3 on the evening with a combined 3 runs scored and 2 runs batted in between the 2 of them. Hamburger still on the hill for the Saints. That pitch grounded back up the middle. Fielding on a hop is Moss over up the middle, the second baseman making the play, getting Morrison 4-3. Wow. That was a nice play by the second baseman, Sam Moss. Out number 1, J.D. Pulford to the plate, 2 for 3 in the ball game. As he's starting to figure things out the plate now. Just took him a little bit longer than he's used to. But last few ball games, really hitting the ball well. 2 hits already tonight. The pitch, he swings, grounds one left side right at the shortstop, Thomas. He'll fire to first, chest high to Hansen, out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the 8th. Drew Martinez to the plate. 0 for 2 with a sac bunt in the game. Martinez grounded out in the first, popped out in the third, and then had that sack bunt in the sixth. Lefty against righty. Martinez, the lefty hitter. In search of his first hit of the ball game, he takes a strike, 0-1. Martinez enters the game with a 4-game hit streak, looking to extend it to a 5-game. That pitch, a very, very slow changeup. That found the outside corner. Count now 0-2. The 4-game hit streak, the longest one on the team currently. It's tied with a couple of guys, though. I guess it's not anymore. Morrison did get a hit today, so that extended his 4-gamer to a 5-gamer. 0-2 pitch, up and in. 1-2 the count, so he'll be trying to tie Morrison. With the longest hit streak of the season, or longest current hit streak of the season. Warren Shore doesn't have his mic up. He says awful next to me. Pitch into the turf, 2-2 the count. I said it and didn't realize it until after I said it, what I had said.
You just start playing the boo. You start getting some tomatoes and you did that open mic night at the local Improv.
2 balls, 2 strikes the count here to Martinez. The break-even pitch. He swings, grounds one right side. It'll be the second baseman Moss scooping it up, side-arming to first, a little high, but not too much high for Hansen. And that'll be out number 3. So the 1-2-3 hitters in the order for the Lemurs go 1-2-3 here in the 8th. And we go to the 9th. Lemurs trailing 7-4 to the Saints.
Imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at driscollhealthplan.com.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma, pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres, pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo, carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
Jose Navarre on the pitch here in the top of the 9th against the St. Paul Saints. Navarre, the righty, 6'1", 170. On the year, 0-0 in 8 appearances with a 4.70 ERA. 7 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 9 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 2 walks. And, well, he's one of those Lemurs pitchers with a bunch of strikeouts. He has 12. As we track the Lemurs strikeout totals this season, entering the ball game, they had 134 strikeouts and 137 innings pitched. So they have, again, dropped below that strikeout per inning clip that they had actually been above. They were more than a strikeout per inning for the first couple of series. Pitch foul back to the screen off the bat of Alonzo Harris. But just here on this last road trip, they dipped back below it. And tonight, a low strikeout total right now. 4 strikeouts in the ballgame for Lemurs pitchers. Take a look at some of your final lines for your pitchers here. Ryan Beckman, 6 1/3, the starter for Laredo. 10 hits, 5 runs all earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Luis de la Cruz did not record an out, gave up 2 hits and 2 runs, both earned. And the 0-1 pitch will miss for a ball, and it's 1-1. Harold Guerrero, 2/3 of an inning, gave up just 1 hit. Kamakani Usui, his day's done. He has a strikeout on the evening. He faced just 3 batters in his inning of work, so a 3-up, 3-down 8th for Usui. Pitch into the dirt, count 2-1. Navar out there on the hill for the Lemurs, and he throws some heat. Pitched with Delmarva last year, 2 years ago, in 2013. We last saw him pitch 2 nights ago against Wichita on June 1st. He gave up 1 run in the 7-1 ball game. He threw that last inning. Pitch called a strike. As Harris was bunting, he pulled it back, but it still was in the zone. He gave up 2 hits against the Wingnuts, faced 5 batters there in that ball game in the 9th inning. He also pitched the day or 2 days before against Wichita. Pitch fouled back, count still 2-2. He gave up 3 hits and a run, also walked a batter and had a strikeout. So last 2 outings for Navar, he's thrown an inning each and given up a run each. 7-4 right now the score. Lemurs trailing the Saints in game 1 of this 3-game series. Time is called at the plate as Harris will back out. Harris has reached base every single time tonight. He has 3 hits, all singles, an RBI, 2 runs scored. He's also walked once. Pitch was in the dirt. Count now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Harris, a speedy center fielder for the St. Paul Saints. And now a mound visit by Rondon from second base. Harris, the righty, against Navar, the righty, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's hard to really even call that a swing. It was more of a wave, and Harris is gone for out number 1 here in the top of the 9th. Harris was originally a 39th round pick in 2007 out of Macomb High School in Macomb, Mississippi by the New York Mets. That's his second year of independent ball. Played with St. Paul last year. 90 games. He batted .298 last season with 15 home runs. Pitch into the turf for a ball, 1-0. To go with those home runs, he had 39 stolen bags. Wow, what a threat. A guy who can hit pretty much 300 in this league. Also hit 15 home runs and had almost 40 steals last season in Harris. Breland Almodovar to the plate, 2 for 4 in the ball game. 1-0 the count here to him. The pitch from Navar, a little bit low, and it's now 2-0. But right now, just the 1 inning up there in the 7th. The black mark against the Lemurs tonight, as they allowed 6 runs in the 7th. They trail 7-4. The pitch down and away. 3-0 the count to Almodovar. They scored 2 in the 3rd and 2 in the 6th. And we're leading going into that 7th inning by a score of 4-1. You thought, wow, the Lemurs might come away with a win here tonight to open up the series. Pitch called a strike. It's not over yet, but it's still just a 3-run ball game. But still, they were in command. And the Saints were doing not a whole lot against the pitching for the Lemurs. The pitch, swing grounder back towards the middle over the glove of a leaping Navar, but Rondon has it from second, and he'll throw to first, 4-3. Out number 2. Of course, around the league, a lot of the scores right now are beneficial for the Lemurs. Wichita did win today, though. They won 6-1 over the Gary South Shore Railcats, but they were in last in the division anyways, coming into the ball game with a record of 5-9. Well, they were tied for last with Joplin. And Joplin, like I said, tied for last. They're beating the Air Hogs right now, 5-1. In the bottom of the 7th, pitch down and away, 1-0 the count. So, looks like you could have 3 6-9 teams after tonight, and then 1 8-7 team. So the Lemurs still could have a 2-game edge on the South Division after tonight, even if they do lose. Pitch called to strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count to Nate Hansen. Hansen, the first baseman for the St. Paul Saints. Our usual suspects down below doing some heckling of Nate, calling out his name. Hansen, drafted by the Twins out of the University of Minnesota. A local boy of sorts. The pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2, count now 2-2. He was born in California, but he went to high school in Minnesota, Eden Prairie High School. And then went to the University of Minnesota, and then drafted by the Twins, played in the Twins organization through last season, or into last season, and then was released and picked up by the Saints, played 19 games for St. Paul. There's a swing and a fly ball, hit right side and out of play. Foul, the count's still 2-2. He made it all the way up to AAA a couple of times. 3 seasons of AAA. He played in 60 games combined, hitting .222 there. He played 4 seasons at AA and 2 seasons at High A. The pitch low, and the count now 3 balls and 2 strikes to Hansen, who has 3 runs batted in today as well as a run scored. He has a single, a double, 2 for 4. So he's been a big contributor at the plate tonight for St. Paul. Navarre appears in. He comes set out there on the hill, kicks and fires a payoff pitch, a swing, and a weak hit fly ball, shallow left, charging in. Morrison on the run makes the catch, and there's the final out of the inning. A 3 up and 3 down, top of the 9th for Navarre. We go to the bottom of the 9th, last chance for the Lemurs. They trail 7-4 to the St. Paul Saints.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Right now, when you sign up for a Gold's Gym membership, you'll get tons of extras completely free. Confidence, free. Compliments from your coworkers, free. And the desire to wear tiny bathing suits, you guessed it, free. You'll be stronger with extras, and you'll be stronger with Gold's Gym. Know your own strength. Tiny bathing suit not included.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Chavarria's Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarria's is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarria's is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic.
Dennis Phipps leads off the inning for the Lemurs. They'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters for Laredo as they trail by 3. A score of 7-4 here in the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for Laredo at the plate, and it's going to be against Mark Hamburger, the starter for the St. Paul Saints. He's trying to go the distance. Pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. So Hamburger back out there again. Lemurs haven't been able to, well, they have been able to do some stuff. They scored 4 runs off of him. There's a swing and a miss, a big cut by Phipps. 1-1 the count. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. That came in the 6th. But Hamburger has thrown a bunch of pitches tonight. The pitch, a swing and a miss again. Count 1-2. By a bunch, I mean 106. That is a lot of pitches. But he goes the distance. You save those bullpen arms. They did have a doubleheader yesterday, so I'm sure they used a few arms in yesterday's ball games. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Second time Hamburger has struck out Phipps tonight, and that will be his 4th strikeout overall this evening.
Hamburger has now retired the last 9 Lemurs he's faced, going back to the 6th inning with 1 out. The last 9 Lemurs have been sent down. So when the pressure's been on, he's made big pitches here.
Travis Danker to the plate. 0 for 3 is Danker today. Hamburger's been able to cool Danker off here tonight. He had been pretty hot coming into the ball game after that last series against Wichita. The pitch to Danker. He takes high for ball 1. So 1-0 the count here to Danker. Bottom of the 9th. It hardly feels like it. It's only 9:37. Not used to these short ball games here in Laredo this year.
And we actually started on time.
1-0 pitch, low for a ball.
Started right about 7:05, not the usual 7:09 first pitch.
Yes, we did. 2-0 the count to Danker. Wind is now blowing towards the corner in left, so not quite blowing in as it had been, but there's a grounder to short. Fielding it, though, easily as Thomas. He throws to first, out number 2. And there's 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 9th. The Lemurs down to their final out. Abel Nieves to the plate. He has grounded out twice, flown out once, 0 for 3 this evening. First baseman for the Lemurs. Drawing a line from the back of home plate into the back of the batter's box, where he plants the back foot. He swings the first pitch he sees, fouls it away, right side, out of play. He gets in there and kicks a lot of the dirt around. He plants his foot in. He doesn't draw the line every time, just when he gets in for the first time. The wind by Hamburger, 0-1 delivery, swing and a fly ball right field. Pretty deep. Moving back is Almodova, and he'll manage to make the catch, fighting with the wind. That'll end the ball game. Lemurs fall tonight in game 1 of the series by a score of 7-4. We'll be back and we'll wrap this game up with the post-game show here in a few moments. Again, your final 7-4, Lemurs fall to the Saints.
The official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs, now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Uni-Trade continues to provide solutions in foreign trade through a highly satisfactory customs brokerage service. Uni-Trade has quality trained personnel devoted to the highest level of customer service. For all your transportation, distribution, and consolidation needs, it's Uni-Trade.
Back here at Uni-Trade Stadium, the Lemurs fall by a score of 7-4 to the St. Paul Saints. Take a quick look at this ball game to recap it here. Lemurs came out to an early lead after each starting pitcher was off to a hot start through the first 2 innings, not allowing any runs. The Lemurs plated a couple of runs in the bottom of the 3rd. They got a 2-out single by Alvaro Rondon, followed by a triple by Ty Morrison. He would drive in Rondon, and then J.D. Pulfer would hit a single, driving in Morrison. The Lemurs would lead 2-0 after the 3rd. Well, starter Ryan Beckman would continue throwing shutout innings in the top half of the 3rd, as well as into the 4th and the 5th. Lemurs would go shutout in the 4th and 5th. 6th inning, few runs on the board. The Saints would score 1 finally. They get a leadoff single by Alonzo Harris. He had a big night tonight. Followed by a single by Breland Almodova, and then another single by Nate Hansen to drive in Alonzo Harris. But next 2 batters would each get out, and that would end the inning for the Saints at the plate. So they would be trailing by 1 after the top of the 6th, 2-1. But the Lemurs weren't done either. They'd played a couple of runs in the bottom half of the 6th, getting leadoff back-to-back singles by Morrison and Pulfer, followed by a sac bunt of Martinez and a single by Dennis Phipps. He'd drive in 2 runs with that single. Both Morrison and Pulfer would score. And so it was a 4-1 ball game going into the 7th inning. And, well, you thought the Lemurs might have this one not quite in the bag, but certainly on their way to it as they were up by 3 going into the last 3 innings, and the starting pitching by Beckman had been really good. He's been really good this year, and, well, the bullpen has been really good this year too, so you thought a 3-run lead into the 7th, that's got to be pretty safe. But the St. Paul Saints, they've scored the most runs in the American Association for a reason, and they showed it here in the 7th inning tonight. Top of the 7th, they scored a total of 6 runs as they started the inning off. Well, it started off with a strikeout, out number 1, but then 5 straight singles by Vavra, Gretz, Moss, Harris, and Almadova, followed by a double by Hansen. And all of a sudden, a bunch of runs were on the board. That was 5 runs. Hansen would finally be driven in on an RBI double by Tony Thomas. And it was 6 runs there in the 7th inning, making the score a 7-4 ball game. The Lemurs would not score the rest of the way. In fact, Mark Hamburger, after that 6th inning, would retire the Lemurs in order in the 7th, 8th, and 9th, making it actually 11 batters straight because he retired the last 2 batters in the 6th. So Mark Hamburger, while he gave up 4 runs, definitely showed why he's one of the best pitchers in the American Association this season against the Lemurs. And he gets the win tonight. The loss goes to Ryan Beckman. No save for anyone because Hamburger threw a complete game tonight, giving up 4 runs on 9 hits. 3 of those runs were earned, 4 strikeouts as well. Ryan Beckman threw 6 1/3 innings, gave up 10 hits, 5 runs all earned, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. De La Cruz, no innings. He didn't record a single out, but he gave up 2 hits and 2 runs tonight. Harold Guerrero threw 2/3 of an inning, gave up 1 hit. Kamakani Usui, an inning pitched, 3 up, 3 down. He also got a strikeout. Jose Navar, also a 3 up, 3 down inning with a strikeout for him. At the plate tonight for the Lemurs, well, not a whole lot doing for him. You had a 1-for-4 night from Dennis Phipps. He had 2 runs batted in. Alvaro Rondon 1-for-3 with a run scored. But then the guys with multiple hits, it was just 2 of them, and they're at the top of the order. Ty Morrison and J.D. Pulfer were each 2-for-4 with an RBI. Morrison had 2 runs scored, and Pulfer scored 1 time tonight. Only 2 players in the St. Paul lineup did not have hits tonight. Angelo Sonko, their cleanup hitter, surprisingly, it's odd if only a couple guys don't have hits in the St. Paul lineup if he's one of them, especially if they put up 7 runs. He went 0-for-4 tonight, as did Willie Argo. But you had a 3-for-4 night from Harris. He also walked once, scored twice, and had a run batted in. Almadova had 2 RBIs, and Hansen had 3 runs driven in tonight. Both Almadova and Hansen a run scored, and 2-for-5 on the evening for the St. Paul Saints. Let's take a quick look at your scoreboard around the American Association, and then we'll get out of here tonight. And the Saints won by a score of 7-4 over your Laredo Lemurs. Final in Wichita, the Wingnuts won 6-1 over the visiting Gary South Shore Railcats. They had an early start today. Over in Joplin, 5-1 the score right now. Bottom of the 8th, the Blasters leading the Texas Airhogs. Top of the 9th, this game is all but over. The Sioux City Explorers leading 10-2 over the Kansas City T-Bones. T-Bones at the plate, that game being played in Sioux City. Bottom of the 4th in Sioux Falls, this game is far from over, as the Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks lead 1-0 over the Sioux Falls Canaries. And this game is over. Final in Winnipeg, the Goldeyes win 7-1 over the Lincoln Salt Dogs. So a lot of baseball on tap in the American Association. Tune in tomorrow. The starting pitcher for the Lemurs is still to be announced, but the starting pitcher for the Saints is not. It'll be Robert Coe, the right-hander, 6'4", 180 pounds, getting the start for the St. Paul Saints. He was with the Saints last season as well. Coe on the year for St. Paul has been pretty good. 2-0, the 2.51 ERA in 3 starts. He's thrown 14 innings in those 3 starts. So Robert Coe to the hill tomorrow for the Saints and to be announced for the Lemurs. I'm James Nasser, and for my partner Warren Shore, have a great night, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.